Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sure. Is that Sapphire, perhaps?
No, it's my little sister.
Oh. All right, Bryce. Woohoo! Glad you came.
Yeah.
Let me know if at the end of class you want to talk about anything as far as like what's due and what's going on, so that if things we do today kind of confuse you, you can ask questions.
All right.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll wait till 47 and then we're going to get going. Okay, so we're gonna start our warm-up. So just to recap for the purpose of, in case you don't know, you are gonna open a new document and you will put at the top September 14th through the 25th. And you're gonna answer this question on the warm-up in a complete sentence. So let's go. I'm gonna present my screen to you and then we'll start the warm-up. I'll give you 2 minutes to complete. Okay, you are in nutrition, so you answer N1 only in a complete sentence. So what is one tip on how to clean dishes? Here we go in 3, 2, 1, start. You have 2 minutes to complete.
I'm supposed to type this out in like the thing. Like
A Google Doc?
Oh, all right.
Yeah. One minute left. Twenty seconds. Okay, time's up. And then in the chat, if you could put what your temperature is today so that I have an idea here. So you'd put in the chat, and 1 if you're happy, 2 if you're calm, 3 if you're angry, 4 frustrated, and 5 sad. Get everyone's tongue today. All right, we got some people happy and calm. That's good. Let's see where everyone's at. 2, calm. Okay. Yeah, Caitlin Lamb asked a question, are we turning these in next week? And the answer is yes. So remember that we turn them in bi-weekly. So we had 2 this week and we'll have 2 next week for a total of 8 points. We do them every time we meet. And the biggest thing you can do for me is to proofread them to make sure they have caps and ends and complete sentences. So I'm not having to make comments on 150 students warm-ups. So if you do your job, then I can do mine a little bit more efficiently. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about the grading right now, because right now in this class there's 10 people failing. So that basically comes down to not getting your work done. So you need to do your best to whatever that is missing that you look on Google Classroom for, get it in, okay? Because then that can actually change an E from it to a D or a C, or, so really important to get those grades up and not be failing, okay? I haven't given any assignment that was so difficult that you can't do it. So make sure you are working on that this weekend, getting everything caught up and getting it in. Okay, so I'll give you the rundown for today. I am going to do the hand washing PowerPoint, and then I'm going to talk about this demo page, and then you're going to watch a video for me on making apple dip, and then the demo page will be what you'll fill in while watching. So anybody willing to be my MC today that could keep track of time in the chat? I need to start talking about the demo page at 10:15. So if anybody's willing to be my timekeeper, that would be great. And then also be like my chat person that lets me know if there's anything that I'm missing in the chat. Anyone willing? Pretty please? Do I have to assign somebody? Look at it as like you're helping somebody out. All right. Mackenzie, I have chosen you. You are the chosen one. Are you in the house?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. So you will be my MC today. Okay. So what you need to do, I'll show you. I'll present my screen to you and show you where you need to go, and then you guys can open the document and get ready. Okay, so you are going to go into Google Classroom. I hate that thing. And you're going to go to hand washing slideshow notes. Can everyone go there now and then indicate in the chat if you're having difficulty? Okay. So what you're going to do is, as I show the slides, you're going to fill out your worksheet where there's blanks and fill in where this information goes. If you don't understand what we're doing, just put that in the chat and I can try to recap. Oh my goodness. Can anyone remind us about the 10 tips for dishes? Like what was one out of the 10 tips that was on that video the other day we were watching?
Use really hot water.
Okay, good. What was another one? One more. Vern? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
To soak your dishes.
Yes, thank you. All right. Okay, so hopefully you have this document. Once we get done today, I'm going to ask that you turn it in. It will be on my YouTube channel. I'll be posting that as soon as I'm done here today. So, as it has, it takes a little bit of time to upload it and such, but it will be there if I go too fast or you don't catch something. I don't typically like to go back unless, there's like a lot of people that need it. So, Mackenzie, what I'm going to ask of you today is, while I'm going through this, as long as your background isn't too noisy, if you could just keep the mic on so you can tell me when you're done, and then I know I can go ahead and go to the next slide. Usually I can see all your faces and I know when your pencil stops or your hand stop typing, and I know I can go on. But in this case, I can't. So I'm just going to rely on Mackenzie. So if we're going too fast, just put in the chat, slow down, or can you wait, or whatever, so that I know we need more time.
I don't know if you can hear it, but I do actually have laundry in the washer in the background. I don't know if it's that noisy, but
Okay.
that is. So do you want me to leave it on? Is it loud?
It doesn't bother me, but if it bothers somebody, put it in the chat that you'd like her mic off. That's fine. She can always mic in and tell me. But
I think it would turn off in the near future, but my bedroom's in the basement and it's
yeah, no, it's fine. It doesn't.
It's loud.
It's all good. It's all good. We're gonna roll with it. Okay, so the first part of your worksheet talks about the list of steps for hand washing, and the reason I'm hitting this one hard is because our hands are really pretty dirty a lot of times, and we don't take the care and the time it is needed to really wash our hands. So this might seem a little remedial, but I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that don't do it. I was sharing this story. I used to do a lab for pie crust, and I had a student that had such dirty hands. I could see every impression in the pie crust of his dirty finger. And so, of course, we had to throw it away and start over. But, that's how important it is to wash your hands, because whatever's on them can go right into whatever food you're preparing if you're using your hands to do it. So keep that in mind. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is wet hands with warm running water. We're going to apply a small amount of soap, I would say maybe a dime size. Usually in the kitchens, I will have a hand soap and a dish soap. They are different, so please use them accordingly and try to use sparingly always. You want to wash vigorously for about 2 minutes for 20 seconds. So in the video today, you'll see me washing my hands, and I'm usually either in my head singing the happy birthday song or the ABCs. I don't usually sing it, but I am thinking it. And then rinse your hands with warm running water just to rinse them off. Dry them really well. Usually paper towel is the best option. And just make sure you don't grab stuff when your hands are wet, because they could slip right out of your hands. And then the last person should turn off the faucet. So it should just be an automatic thing. Everybody goes in, everyone washes their hands. So last person shuts off that faucet. And then Mackenzie, just when you're done, just, let me know.
Okay. I'm almost done.
Okay, it's fine. Just say I'm done or something like that. I'm sure like back in the day, I don't know if any of you remember this, but did you ever read books as a child and they were on tape, and when you had to turn the page, it made a noise? Anybody remember that? I mean, I'm old, so, I don't know if you remember those things, but that would be funny, Mackenzie, if you had like a little chime that would tell me that you're ready to go to the next page.
I'm good now.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so washing your hands before you prepare food, eat meals and snacks, and serve food. So, think back to when you were in school, and I can guarantee that a large majority of you, when you got dismissed from your class to go to lunch, you didn't wash your hands. Okay, and how many doorknobs did you touch? How often did you pick up that phone or touch a book, or go up and use somebody's eraser, or just the things that you do you don't think about. And then you go and you eat your meal at lunch, and you have a sandwich, so you're picking your sandwich up or eating your chips. So you got to be really careful of that. And always wash your hands when you're serving food, because nobody likes, there's this little story about somebody I know that went to a restaurant, and the person that was waiting on them had all these cuts on their hands and they were bleeding and they were serving food. So that was a little disheartening to say the least. That would be a definite cross-contamination, sanitation, safety, all in one ball of wax concern. Are you done, Mackenzie?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so wash your hands after you handle raw meats and foods like we saw in the video, using any form of chemical. When you use the restroom, and I would suggest, I know this is double duty, but if you could wash your hands in the bathroom and then when you come in the classroom, wash your hands, because we don't know for sure if you did, and it will indicate to us that if we can see it, we know you did it. So that would be my only extra comment on that one. Obviously, if you sneeze, cough, wipe your nose, please wash your hands. And always remember that safety and sanitation are just as essential as using soap. Okay, so just being safe and using sanitary precautions is just as important.
I'm done.
Okay. Anybody in the chat having difficulty keeping up?
Everyone looks good.
Okay. All right. Dishwashing. This is a little bit of a recap. Okay, so it's important to wash dishes because bacteria grows on dishes or utensils that have not been cleaned thoroughly, which is why we always want you to do a pre-rinse. Why it's important to, really take care of the dishes as they kind of pile up.
I'm good.
All right, so step 1, getting organized. So the question is that you will put a response to after this question. It says explain, or it doesn't say explain. It says, why is it important to gather everything you will need for washing dishes before you start? So why do you think that would be important to have a dish towel, a dishcloth, soap, all the dishes that you're going to be cleaning? Why would all that stuff be important to have at the get-go? Anybody want to answer that before I flip to the slide? Lily, why would it be important that I have all my stuff before I do dishes? Lily, are you in the house? Is she putting anything in the chat, Mackenzie?
No, Lily didn't put anything.
Somebody tell me why it would be important.
Fern said to save water.
Okay, save water. That's a good one. I was thinking so that you could be efficient and you'd have, use your sanitary conditions and things like that. Get the job done quickly. So it reduces contamination, it saves time, and helps you be efficient. So you need to have those 3 things right after that question.
I'm good.
Thank you. All right, step number 2, prepare the dishes. In order to keep your dishwater as clean as possible, you'll want to do what? Let's guess. What would I want you to do to keep your dishwater clean? What might the answer be? Allie. Okay, go ahead.
Wash them off before you actually like just with regular water, just wash it off and then do it after that.
Okay.
In the other sink if you have one.
Is this Bryce? I was thinking that was Bryce, but maybe not. Okay, so you can do shorthand on these. So you could just say scrape dishes, which means, use the rubber spatula to get all that stuff off if need be. Excess grease should be scraped out with a paper towel. I don't know how many of you have cooked before, but like when I cook hamburger or some type of meat that's greasy, bacon, another one, I usually get a tin can that's empty. I put paper towel in it and then I pour the grease in there. So it's soaking up with the paper towel. And then it's easier to dispose of that versus me just dumping the grease in my plastic garbage can or bag, because it's going to be hot and it's going to probably burn the bag. So we would never do that. We'd always find a place for it. And then once it cools off, put it in the garbage. Soak extremely dirty dishes. You could leave it at that. And you want to do it quickly with hot water. Sometimes foods with protein or high protein foods like egg, milk, cheese, starchy foods like rice and oatmeal, if you use really hot water, they tend to stick more. So maybe lukewarm water, cold water for those types of items. For anything that's wooden, wooden spoons primarily is what I think of. But those really dry out. They're wood, so they're going to dry out. And most, like a good chef that had a wooden spoon would use an oil on it to keep it keeping moisture in it so that it doesn't crack and break, because if you throw it in the dishwasher every time we use it or wash it a bunch of times, it's going to become brittle and it's going to break, and then you're going to have to buy more wooden spoons. Same with a wooden cutting board. You always want to oil that too, just to keep it so it has moisture. Mackenzie, are you still typing away?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I didn't hear you typing, so I figured you were. Remember, you can use shorthand. So you could say scrape dishes, get rid of excess grease, soak extremely dirty dishes, and then say something about don't soak wooden spoons, bowls,
Miss Zepka,
Yes.
are we supposed to be writing in our journals?
Journals? When have I talked about a journal in this class?
Oh, wait.
Are you in parenting?
Yeah.
2 different classes there, sweetie pie. Who am I talking to?
It was Caitlin Wood.
Oh, okay. I was thinking, who do I have in parenting? Okay. All right. So she's on the right track now. It just took a minute to remember what class she was in. Yeah, we don't cook babies or things like that. Maybe bottles or something along those lines, but not babies. Okay. Step number 3, wash and order. Another way to keep your dishes or keep your dishwater clean as long as possible is to wash in a specific order. So we kind of talked about this. So what is the order that was talked about the last time we watched that movie? What did she do?
She washed from least greasiest to most greasiest.
Yes, perfect. That's almost word for word. Okay, so in layman's terms, she did glassware, then flatware like spoon, forks, knives, tableware like plates and bowls, serving dishes like, casserole dishes, things like that, trays, and then she washed pots, pans, and other utensils. Okay, so you don't have to do parentheses on these, just put glassware, flatware, tableware, serving dishes, pots, and pans. That's fine. I mean,
I'm good.
Okay. You're a fast typer. I'm sure some people are like, what? If anyone's having trouble, just put in the chat, slow down or something. I didn't know Mackenzie was a speed demon on the keys.
Nobody said anything, but if they do, I'll let
Okay,
you know.
you'll let me know. Okay. Speed racer. Okay. Step number 4, rinse. May need to pre-rinse after scraping food particles. So what would be 2 reasons that you would rinse with the hottest water available? Why would you do that? What would be the reasoning for something like that? Will, any thoughts on the matter?
To kill bacteria.
Okay, excellent.
And Vern said if something was really dirty.
Okay, good. So it's more sanitary to rinse under hot water. It removes excess soap and it does help to dry the dishes. So I don't know if you've ever washed dishes, but if you use really hot water and then you set them out, they tend to dry a little bit faster. So like you could say more sanitary, removes excess soap, and then dries faster. That would be okay to write that just to kind of make it more simplify.
And I'm good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and click. I always kind of give a little pause just in case. All right. Step number 5, dry. The best way to dry dishes is to always let them set and air dry. Okay. We can't do that in school because we don't have enough time. But like if you're at home doing dishes and you're not using the dishwasher, just set them to dry. At our house, we always wash the pots and pans, and in the dishwasher is where we put like our flatware and the cups. What else do we put in there? We don't usually do the casserole dishes because those usually have sticky, gooey, stuck on stuff, so they have to soak. And then any pots and pans we use, we always hand wash those. But that's how it is in this house. Are you good, Mackenzie?
Yep, I'm all good.
Okay. All right, number 6, clean up. What are some things that you should remember to clean after doing the dishes? You have to list at least 3. I'm going to tell you what they are, but let's see if you can come up with them. 3 things. What else could you clean once all the dishes are done?
Maybe the counter.
Yep, the counter is a good one.
Vern said your hands.
Okay, if you got dirty hands, you just did dishes, so I think you might be all good, but
The stove.
awesome, the stove. Good, thank you. All right, so there's quite a few. You just need 3. You can make them shorter. But before wiping out the sink, remove food particles using paper towel. Because we have stainless steel sinks, they should be dried out every time. So usually a dry paper towel works really good for that, unless you are done using your towel, and then you could just use the towel. Countertops, someone said that. Stovetop, someone said that. Even the microwave, if they were used, should be wiped clear. Sweep the floor, close any cabinets or drawers, and then always check the range or stove to make it sure it's turned off. And then always wipe it down too. Whether we use it or not, it gets dirty because dust and things like that. So we always want to make sure it gets wiped down. And again, you only needed 3 of those, and you can shorthand them if you need to, as long as it makes sense. Don't just put clean, because I need a little more information than just that.
I'm all good.
Okay. All right. So, whoops. So now,
So do we turn that in now?
yeah, I would. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Might as well get that off your plate. One less thing that you have to worry about. All right, so I'm going to go to the demo page now. And I have an example of one, and then I have like the one you're going to write on. So just kind of watch with me. If you're turning that in, try to listen and watch at the same time, because this is an important assignment because it's 30 points. So it's kind of weighted more than the others. And I want you to do a good job. So you're going to watch this video on Apple Dip. It's on my YouTube channel. If I were to go into Google Classroom, it's right here. Okay, Apple Dip. If I click on it, here's the video and here's the document. Okay. So this is what the document looks like. You're going to put the recipe title, which is Apple Dip. You're going to list out the ingredients. You're going to tell me what kitchen equipment I used and directions. You'll have additional comments and additional questions. So I'm going to go through one that I have done for you as an example so that you have kind of a visual on how this should look, okay? So this is not your recipe. This is just an example.
Oh, it's 10:15. Okay, are you good? Is that what
Oh,
you want?
good. Look at you. You set a timer for me.
I have a horrible memory, so I would probably.
You and me both. Okay. So you'll list the ingredients out just like I did here. 1 cup water, 1/2 cup. Okay. Try to use your abbreviations. that we talked about. Kitchen equipment, like in this recipe, you're going to use a spatula, cutting board, saucepan, wooden spoon, measuring cups, measuring spoons, a knife, and a cookie sheet. And then you're going to put the directions. Now, just pay attention to what I'm going to tell you, okay? See where it says in a medium saucepan, combine margarine, water, salt. That's the first three ingredients up here. So they should match the first set of directions, right? And then the next ingredient should be the next in the list, which is flour. So that should be the next set of directions. And then the next ingredient is eggs. So that should be the next direction. Okay. So your list of ingredients should coincide or be sequential with your directions. Okay. All right. Additional comments mean anything that I have said that's not specific to like exactly how to make it. So like, for example, sometimes I'll tell you that an egg needs to be cracked in a different bowl and then mixed up so that if you drop a shell in your mixture, you're not trying to find it. Another comment in this specific recipe, I talked about what vigorous meant. And then I also referenced what boiling means. And so those are just some things that aren't in the recipe, but things that I added to help you be successful at making cream puffs. And then questions. So I'm going to go through these. First question is, what did you like about the recipe? So these are just my responses. I said, I liked how the puffs looked. They didn't have to be perfect, and they all have their own funky look. And then the second one is, what would you change in the recipe? If nothing, why? And I said, I would like chocolate filling with caramel topping, and that seems more delicious. And then the next question, would you make this at home? Explain your answer. I said, yes, I would make this at home. It looks fun and delicious to serve at my house. And the last question, was this recipe nutritious? Why or why not? I said, I would say this is more of a dessert and doesn't have the best nutritional value. Sugar, chocolate, butter, but it also has eggs, which are a great source of protein. Okay, so make sure they're in sentence form, caps and ends. And I always like them to be highlighted so I'm not trying to find where the question ends and your response begins. So it'd be nice if those could be highlighted for me. So just it's a little bit easier for me to score it. But are there any questions as I go through this that you might have? This is not your recipe. This is an example. Questions in the chat, or you can unmic and you can tell me what your question is. Anyone out there have a question?
Do we need to make our own document for this, or should we make a copy of the teacher demonstration?
Did I give you a copy in the classroom?
No, you didn't.
Dang it. I sometimes don't remember my head when I do these things. So yes, you would have to make a copy. I usually try to do that for you, darn it. All right. Well, I'm a work in progress. I try. So, yep, you're going to have to make a copy of that. Next time I'll do better. But yeah, so make a copy and then watch the YouTube video and then just go right through just like I did the example. This is due Friday. I had to extend the deadline for first hour. So if you have a buddy in first hour and they say, well, ours isn't due till Monday, the reason why is because I privatized all my videos because I thought you guys could still watch them as long as you had a Penfield username. And, you know, I gave you this link, but you can't because it's private. They won't let you watch it. So it took me 20 minutes to figure out how to unprivatize it for first hour. And so I basically wasted all their time figuring that out. So I pushed theirs a little bit further just because I screwed up. So you guys, you have whatever class time remains and Friday to complete this assignment. If a ton of people don't turn it in, then I'm not going to give you class time. This would almost be like if we were in class and I did this demonstration, I would give you time to fill it out in class before the bell rang. So this is kind of the same thing. It's only virtual, but I do expect you to stay with the class and to be working on the demo page. You don't have to stay in the meet, But once you leave, I expect you to be working on this assignment. Okay. So, if you, I mean, I'm going to stay here until 10:45 because that, I just want to be here if you have a question or you can't open it or whatever the problem may be. But, this is your assignment from here on out. You're going to watch the video and fill out the teacher demo page just like I showed you. And then if there's no questions or concern, you're welcome to head out. If you want to stick around, like Bryce, I didn't know if you needed any explanation about anything else, so you could stick around if you wanted. But that's what we're doing. And it'll always be this way on Thursdays. I'll do half the class with something like we did with hand washing, video slides, and then the other half is going to be dedicated to you doing this with the demonstration. So if you have questions, stick around. If you're all good, you can go. And I'll be here till 10:45 if you have questions.
Is it good that I go, or do you want me to stay on?
Oh, you can go, Mackenzie. Thank you so much for helping me out today.
Thank you.
All right, so I had some technical difficulties getting on. I didn't join until like 10.
Okay.
So I missed a couple things, I think, on the hand washing worksheet.
So what you can
I
do first. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I joined in and I got from dishwashing, I got all the way down, but I'm missing a couple things above that.
Okay, hold on. All right. Let me present you my screen so you can see, first of all. Okay, so hand wash. I think you might have gotten it all. Okay, so this is where I started.
Yep.
Okay, and then, so that was the starting point. So this was the second slide. You have this?
It's not that detailed, but pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you basically got in as I started this.
No, I already had that from the other day. I put it down when we were watching that video, or the rap video.
Okay, so do you have this document open that is called hand washing?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
I can just copy that down to.
Yes. Right. Okay.
What's that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead. And then if you need the next slide after this, let me know.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I also thought that my flight was going to be in the morning, but it's not.
Oh. How long will you be gone?
I'm coming back today. My flight leaves at 4:30.
So I'm confused. You're going somewhere on a flight and you'll be back today?
I left. No, I've been gone. I've been in Florida since last Wednesday.
But you've been chiming in though.
And I'm coming back to Michigan today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How's Florida?
Humid, very humid.
Are people Corona-ing down there just like they are up here?
Well, actually, they don't have like they're not required to wear masks, but most of the people are.
Interesting.
But yeah, everyone's kind of following the guidelines.
Is it nice though? The sun's out.
Yeah, it's been a little bit rainy. We had Hurricane Sally come on by.
Oh.
But yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Did you go parasailing or do anything fun while you were there?
Well, how it's been is it's either been blistering hot or it's been raining. But yeah, I've gotten out a couple times to go have fun. Like right now it's 88, 75% humidity, so it feels like 102.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All
right. You can head over to the next slide.
Did you see any alligators?
No, I didn't. I really wanted to.
Usually they're always in the water. There's so much water down there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good on
Okay.
that. It's also windy.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's shaking over there, but okay, yeah. Remember safety and sanitation. Okay, that's all I need.
Okay, so you're good to go.
Okay, I'm all set.
Awesome. Okay, well, happy
Yep.
flighting back to Michigan, and we'll
Thank you.
see you Tuesday. All right. Anybody else
Tuesday.
need anything?
Alrighty.
Yes,
See
Tuesday.
ya.
All right, bye, Carson. Brooke, Justin, Brianna, do you guys need anything?
What's the YouTube video called for the apple dip recipe?
It is right in Google Classroom by the demonstration page.
Yeah, I have your YouTube channel open. I just don't know which one it is.
It's apple
I
dip.
don't see that on there.
Well, let's go in. I'll show you what I see,
Okay.
and you can go from there. Okay, let me present you my screen so you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to go into YouTube. Do you see this?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. All right, so right here is apple dip, nutrition 1. Somebody told me like there's arrows that you have to click.
Yeah, I
Are you
reloaded
with
my
me?
page and it popped up. I don't.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Yep, you are welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Justin, how's it going for you?
I only missed one thing, and it was the another way to keep your dishwater clean part.
Okay, I'm going back. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
This one?
No, it's the step 3 and the another way.
This way?
No, step 3, another way to keep your dishwater clean. That part.
Okay, hold on. I think that's more forward. Right there. Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, there you go. You can shorten those up. They like scrape dishes,
Well,
take off grease.
it's part 3, not part 2.
Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. You need the
Hey,
next one or this one?
That's the one I need.
Okay.
We're good.
All right, perfect. And who needs something else from me? Brooke, you need something?
Yeah, I kind of missed the whole thing on accident.
Okay.
And
So what you are going to do is I'm going to put my YouTube channel up with this video. So you'll have to watch it there because I'm not going to go through everything again.
okay, I took
Okay.
some pictures on my phone of the slides that you showed before for the hand washings document.
Yeah.
So I can start filling that out.
Okay, perfect. And then you can just watch the rest of it for everything else.
Okay.
Okay. And then did you hear the assignment I gave on the demonstration page?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so.
Okay. So watch the video almost all the way through because I gave a 30-point assignment. So you're going to definitely want to watch that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me know if I can help you in any other way.
Okay.
And then Brooke, you don't have to hang out with me. You can go do the assignment and then watch the video. I'll try to post it right now. It does take a minute for me to download it and get it uploaded. So just know it might take just a couple minutes to do so.
Do I have to make a copy of the teacher demonstration?
Yes, I screwed that up.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll try to do better next time.
Okay, it's fine. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Hi, Kaylin. What's up? Do you have a question for me?
I was wondering if you could re-explain like how to do the recipe thing.
Yes. So, what did you hear me say?
I heard you say that we had to watch a YouTube video and then like write down your demonstration.
Okay. Vern, you got a question for me too?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, right. The question for it on the dip thing is recipe directions, and in the video, you sanitizing your workspace. Would that be like a step?
Nope.
It would not be.
No.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Miss Caitlin, I just got rid of all that stuff up here. Let me go grab it. Okay, let me present my screen to you so I can talk to you about it as I'm going over it.
All right.
And do you want to mute your mic just so that I can talk and not have to talk over your background there? Okay, thanks. All right, let me go pull this open here. Trying to decide how I want to show you. I'm going to show you the example because I think that would be best to kind of walk you through it. So you're going to watch my video on apple dip and you're going to fill this out. So this is an example, but you would put apple dip here in place of cream puffs. You're going to write down the ingredients. The first thing I talk about, you're going to write it down. Like in this case, it would have been 1 cup of water. Second thing is 1/2 cup of butter, 1/8 teaspoon salt, 1 cup flour, 4 eggs. And then the equipment I used. So in this recipe, I used a spatula, a cutting board, a saucepan, a wooden spoon, measuring cups, measuring spoons, a knife, and a cookie sheet. And then you need to put down the directions. How did I make it? What were, like, if you had to give someone that was sitting at the counter that was having to put these ingredients together, what directions would you give them to make apple dip? So in this case, the first 2 ingredients are water, butter, salt, 3 ingredients. And the first direction talks about that. So in a medium saucepan, combine margarine, water, salt. Bring it to a boil. The second section of ingredients is flour. So that's the next set of directions. Add flour all at once, stirring vigorously. And then the third ingredient is eggs. And if you look down a little bit, the next thing is about what you do with the eggs. So directions are how you make it. And then additional comments, anything that I talk about that pertains to the recipe, but it's not in the actual directions and the ingredients, you need to have a minimum of 3 things. And then there's these questions down here that you need to answer in complete sentences and then highlight them. So now I'll take your questions.
All right, so we don't have to like create a different recipe. We just gotta watch the video, right?
Yep, and fill this out.
All right, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Bye.
Bye-bye.